Hello Virgo, I am Ulrich, I'm a Lenormand card reader, and today we will do the work, money, business card reading for the sign of Virgo for the month of February. I will try to keep the reading as short as possible, but of course it's my intention to deliver you a quality product, so it will require some of your time. Also, I want to mention, if you have questions, you can always post them in the comments below, and of course, as soon as I have time, I will answer them. So Virgo, here we go for your money, work, business card reading for the month of February 2022. Hello Virgo, and welcome to your work, money, business card reading for the month of February. As the first card here for you on your person, you see the Tower. The Tower is the card of structure, rules, regulation, discipline. This is what we are seeing here. It's also in general the card of health. Mostly if the Tower have here, it means that we take care of our health in a certain structural way here, and we try to keep certain patterns in our health. Anyway, here we see also with the Tower, then on other fronts, we keep to certain structures. Mostly also it points to that there are no shortcuts. We need to do the things thorough. The Tower is ruled by Saturn, and Saturn is quite thorough. This is what we are seeing here. But in general, it's not positive or negative. It's just certain structures that need to be followed. It's also the card about patience, consistency, discipline here if we want to see certain results in our life. The middle card here on your portrait, here we see the mountain. The mountain in general, it points to the first thing is it points to abroad, but it also points to the internet. This is what we are seeing here. Anyway, it's possible here with this card that we are thinking about crossing certain borders. This could mean in a physical way, or it could point that we have contacts in abroad on regular basis, maybe related to a job, or maybe related to some friends or contacts, or maybe we even could consider some property in abroad, especially with the anchor there as the third card there. Anyway, the mountain here, it brings also certain challenges with us, challenges we need to overcome. It's a little bit like the Tower, so it's also a card of patience. Sometimes also it points to certain enemies or competitors that we could have in business where we need to deal with. Maybe we need to confront certain enemies, certain competitors, or we are confronted with them. Anyway, here with the anchor following up it, probably we need to be tough, we need to be consistent, we need to stand our ground here, we cannot move here, we need to resolve the situation, maybe by facing, maybe by implementing certain things, but there will be maybe a kind of face off here that we are seeing here. Then we're gonna mirror the upper cards, the Tower and the Sit here. Here we see that probably we are considering big changes in our life. Maybe we want to break with the past, we want to change our life here. Maybe we are considering a certain move because we already saw abroad there, especially with the Rider. The Rider has a thing for bringing things on the move. And here we see the Sit is a radical break. It could be if you plan this, prepare this, that you maybe are thinking of moving your business in abroad or doing business in abroad. This is possible also. Anyway, we will also be confronted with some things out of the past. Maybe these are legal things that we are confronted with that we need to work out before we can make certain moves. Saturn has a way of structuring us, and this message could come to us that you need to end this first before you need to go in the next step, or you can go in the next step here. But we have confrontations here with certain authorities, certain governments, or maybe we have a job for a long time in a certain area, and there are some cutbacks, and we are obligated here to make some changes in our life. But of course, it will not apply on everybody. It's also possible if we have a business, there are structural changes that we want to implement in our business. This is possible also with this combination of cards. Anyway, it points to somebody who's already a long time in the business, and there is an expertise here in the field. This is what we are seeing here. This point mostly is pointing to a person who is very efficient in communication and in the work that they are doing. And as we know, Virgo is a very efficient sign. it can be very detailed, and it likes efficiency. So this is actually not such a bad combination for Virgo, because Virgo is a very efficient sign. Anyway, it's also possible that if a certain person had an authority on the work front over you, or somebody above you, let's assume, or somebody you were in business with, there was a kind of authority. If you have a business and this person somehow, or this other business, maybe it's somebody who delivers you something, and this has an influence on your business, it's possible that you feel that that is too strong, and you want to end the influence from these people, and maybe you want to make some radical changes because of that. It's like you want to cut off their power and the negotiations with them here. This is what we are seeing here. If we have a job as an employee, it could also point that we are tired, or we're getting tired here from authorities who have a certain power over us. We want to change this, and we are thinking about making some moves here. But this will be a slow process. You will need to plan this out. With the tower and the mountain, the thing is, we need to do it in a slow way. We need to organize things. So if you're planning that, you can do that, but you need to make a plan. And on the long run, this could succeed then. Then we have the key and the anchor here. Here we see that this is the lily here in the middle. It's a card on the long run. It's our career. So here we see just what I said here on top. The key opens doors. So if you want more stability, the anchor is stability. Here we see that we need to work on the long run. The lily is a slow card also. It gives a lot of benefits, but on the long run, we need to make plans. Again here, and then we see here the key opens all doors. So if you want to find solutions for being more self-reliant, you need to make a plan. Here, sometimes also we doubt it maybe for a very long time, but here we see that we are stopped doubting. We like to think, or we start thinking in a more free way. And we are tired of other people's approval, and we want to go in another direction. This is what we are seeing here. We could be quite strict about it here, especially from people who try to hold us back in certain ways. If you have a business and certain people who need to deliver you products hold you back because you cannot move, it's possible that you make changes there. This is what we are seeing here. It's like we want more results here, we want more safety, we want to reach our goals here, and it's possible that we cannot reach our goals. We feel like there's a confinement here, and we want to get rid of the confinement. This is what we are seeing here. It's like we want to implement liberation here. This is what we are seeing here. Then we're gonna do the horizontal lines, the tower and the rider here in the first card here. There's a message will come from to you. This could be a message from authority, from the government, from a lawyer. It could be a message that is related to the past, because the tower tends to come back out of the past here. And we are about to move in the next direction. We move on literally from the past, and this will be, as we saw earlier, a radical change here. This could be official news. Something officially is announced to you. It could be in the business where you work. Something is announced. You don't agree with those announcements, and you start to make a plan. This is what we are seeing here. Anyway, this is a message from business that is coming to you. Maybe some changes from the government are implemented on your business, and you disagree with that, and you want changes. This is what we are seeing here. You don't like this message because the message could be quite authoritarian. It's like you have no freedom anymore, and you get tired of the whole thing here. This is what we are seeing here. Or you get news of your boss, another change, and these changes are constantly, and they're always implemented. And maybe you said in the past you didn't agree, and it comes back, and you get tired of it. This is what we are seeing here. It's like we don't allow here anymore that there is any meddling. We get tired of the meddling, and we want to take the next step. This is what we are seeing here. And also, it's possible if it's several times, we start to challenge the authorities. You need to maybe be careful with that you don't get a problem with that. Maybe it's better to make a plan here and to be diplomatic, because here the tower, it points that the person maybe that there are the issues with, or the supplier where are the problems with, is quite authoritarian. Maybe it's best to find an alternative here and going your own way. This is what we are seeing here with this card. Anyway, it points also here, the other cards here, there are suddenly there's an opportunity coming to us, and if this opportunity comes, you should take it. This is what we are seeing here with the card here. But we should move slowly, not rushing things. As I said, planning is very important. But if there opportunities come or appear, you should see into these opportunities what they can bring you on the longer run. This is important to do so. Anyway, it could mean that the plan is made for separating yourself. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. Maybe you're tired here of the being pushed around. Then we have the child, the mountain, and the whip. The child and the mountain is, the child is something new. Something innocent is about to go. So it means that we want to start a new direction in our life. As I said, the tower has a way of making things not easy, but with the child, we are innocent and we could take this new direction. But it's like it's not clear yet where exactly we are going. This is what we are seeing here. Anyway, in another way, it could also point that if we have children, that it's difficult to make some changes in our life, maybe because of certain responsibilities that we have. This is what we are seeing also with this card. Anyway, if you start a business, it will require some of your, you will need to be steady, holding on to, and you will need to focus here on this new beginning. This is what we are seeing. It's coming, but we cannot yet see, because the mountain is high, where this is exactly going. Anyway, you could feel hindered, but sometimes it's not necessarily a bad thing. It could give you more time to reflect. Maybe you feel now that you waited too long before and now you want to implement it, but sometimes that don't work. So planning is very essential here for the future. This is what we are seeing here. It's also possible that we study new things. We learn something new. We learn about the difficulties that we experience. We learn a lot, and we don't want this to repeat itself in the future. This is what we are seeing here. Then we have the mountain and the whip. Here we see that there is a confrontation with somebody. It will come to the surface. There will be a confrontation, so you will need to be diplomatic. Mostly with the whip. The whip is a negotiator. It's a strong negotiator, but it can be diplomatic also. So maybe in a way you need to prepare yourself if it comes to a confrontation. You could prepare yourself, for instance, like an actor. You prepare this conversation. You already know what is going to come, because the situation probably it's not the first time this appears. The question will be if you can force it. Of course, you can make a point here. This is what we are seeing here. The lawyer makes a point, but eventually it's the high authority here who takes the decision. It doesn't mean you need to swallow everything. That's something else here. This is what we are seeing here. Anyway, we are probably overwhelmed by this, that this is happening again. It could be a conflict that is coming up to us. And this could cause also more problems. It's possible also if you ask questions that your questions are, they don't want to answer your questions, or they answer it in a way that you don't get any answer. This is what we are seeing here. And you could feel threatened also. You could feel threatened. This is what we are seeing here. So the best thing is here, always preparation, make a plan here. This is what we are seeing here. It's also possible if you criticize this person in authority, this supplier or this person where you have this conflict with, they are acting unmoved. It's like you're talking to a mountain, like they don't move. There is no reaction, and it could bring you a certain form of frustration here, and it could really drive you to an extreme. And you could feel like it bubbling up in yourself, but you need to try to be diplomatic here, if this is possible. I don't know, I cannot see here, but sometimes this points to extreme situations here that we are seeing here. Maybe this is already a long time going on with this supplier or with the employer here, and we are tired of it here. We don't want this anymore. Then we have the key and the lily. If you make some changes and you organize these changes, this is actually a very good line here that we are having here. There's success in the career, you're experienced, you know what you're saying. Probably this is also what we are arguing. If we know we have experience, if we have a certain structure and we still cannot move, sometimes it's very frustrating. And this is what we are seeing here. We see somebody here who has experience. And maybe here we need to make some changes on the long run. It's like here we want to experience something new. Maybe in the process, we are meeting somebody who can give us an alternative, maybe like a mentor, or we meet another supplier who is also experienced, and these persons or this new opportunity, it brings more solutions. It brings more solutions here. This is what we are seeing here, but it could require some time because it's slow cards. Again, here there are slow cards here, but there's of course there's changes possible here also. There will come a release, because it's a kind of release here that you're working towards, or you gonna work towards to. Here there is a release, but it will require time and planning, because these are slow cards. We cannot force them. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. But if you find a solution, this will be a very good solution. It will be something that you thought of. Virgo is ruled by Mercury, and it means that you have thorough thought about this solution. So it's very important. It doesn't mean that the other things that I said are not going to implement it anyway, or could be implemented. It's all depending on how you approach the situation, how far this has been going. Anyway, also this points to certain aha moments. You will think to yourself, oh, that's how it is. And here, this is what we are seeing here, but it doesn't mean we cannot solve it, but we see the solution here coming here. We will get a certain wisdom. This is what we are seeing here. Then we have the anchor and the lily here. Here we see that here we are urged, if possible, to hold on to what we are doing for the moment. If that is a certain job, a certain career, for now, we need to hold on. But if you make a plan, there could be sudden changes. Here, this is what we are seeing here. Anyway, as I said here, you will need to play the lawyer. You will need to find the balance here. It's very important, because it's possible, if you extreme it, that you come in situations also where you don't want to be. So we need to find a balance here. This is what we are seeing here. We could also here with this combination could have a hobby that later leads to more profession here. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. Anyway, it points again here that you have expertise in certain fields. If you plan it, you will win it, but you need to plan it and be diplomatic. It's very important here. I always see the same things here coming back here. Also, we will follow certain virtues. You will, if you do your work correctly, as Virgo always does, and you continue, there will be no problems. There can be no angles then. Here we need to do what we did before, and we need to continue it till we say bye-bye. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. Or we cut off certain people, certain suppliers, certain departments. This is what we are seeing here. Then we have the tower, the child, and the key. Here we see again, we are releasing the past. We see this also coming here again. We will let go of it on the long run here. This also points that this is the year where you will release it. It often points to the beginning of the year, this combination, and there will be some forgiveness. If you let it go, there will be some forgiveness and there will come solutions, because the tower is solutions. It's possible that you consider for following a certain education, or maybe this education is related to the hobby that you do. You want to become more expert. You want to become the person to go to what you are really like to do. There will be a lot of changes here in this year, and also there will be a lot of solutions. This is what we are seeing here. It could be that we educate ourselves in something new. This points to a new education, and the new education will bring solutions for us. This is what we are seeing here. as you go along with this education, you could feel in a different way, and you could go around the authority. You don't feel the need anymore to confrontations. This is what we are seeing here also. Then the child and the key here. Here we see also that there are certain circumstances where we might be obligated to adjust to. This is what we are seeing here. But also another side is that if we do certain education, it will unlock our full potential. This is what we are seeing here. If you have been a long time in the same position, here we see that we become smarter. We become more experienced in a way. This is what we are seeing here. We become aware here. This is what we are seeing here. And maybe we doubted ourselves, but as we go, as we learn new things, we start to see things from a different angle, and we can take distance, because that's the tower also, distance. You take the bigger picture, and on the long run, you get the overview. It might come also that you become maybe a little bit less social, because the tower and the mountain, sometimes they retreat. They are high, they are quiet. It's in the upper, it's quiet. In the mountain, it's high, it's quiet also. So it's possible there are some retreats here that we are seeing here. Anyway, this is a very good winning attitude here. You will work it out for yourself here. You will open up for new experiences. This is what we are seeing here. Our mind is starting to change. You start to see the things as they really are here. It's possible that really our mind is opening more, because the key opens the mind. This is what we are seeing here also. Then we have the rider, the mountain, and the lily. Here we coming back now to abroad. If you prepare yourself, it's possible that some opportunities in abroad or on the internet are appearing. Maybe you're doing something and something on the internet here is appearing, or something that caught your interest that you learn about. You can do it by internet, on the internet. It's strongly related to the internet or abroad. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. Anyway, there is news here from abroad that is coming to you. Maybe the news is coming slower than expected, because the mountain tends to slow down. But if the news will be coming, it will be positive for the career change. This is what we are seeing here, but it could be delayed, as I said here. Anyway, it doesn't mean that the situation is very easy, because you need to put some efforts in it. Then we have the mountain and the lily here. Here we see that it's possible that we physically travel. Maybe in February it will be already more possible to travel. Now sometimes it's very difficult. It depends on the country where you are traveling and what are the rules and regulations, because it changes all the time. It depends how far it is. And here sometimes, if this is far destinations, we need to apply the rules. We need to follow the rules here. So there could be some concerns related to that here. There are certain restrictions, because the mountain sometimes restricts with the tower. Maybe there's a delay when we arrive, like a quarantine. We see this here again. It's possible here, if you come from certain countries that are considered to be difficult. Some countries don't allow certain countries to come in. You know how the system works if you are about to travel. Anyway, it could be that you prefer in the future more a job for working in silence, more in quiet, more remote. This is what we are seeing here. Maybe the job that you are having now is very, very busy, and maybe you want something totally different for concentrating your mind on. Anyway, here we see here also that if we are expecting certain supports, they will come, but later. They will later. The lily is a very positive card, but it's slow. It's slow, and in combination with the mountain, it's delays. This is what we are seeing here. Anyway, as I said here, you could experience some delays if you travel, but most of us now do. So this will not come to you as a surprise. Also, we see here that we keep our hopes. This is also hope that we are seeing here, that we can go around the obstacles. But sometimes going around don't let us gain much time. So we need to be careful, value here, how much we gain if we go around the problem. So you need to consider it very wisely here, what exactly that you are doing. Sometimes we cannot force the mountain. It's a heavy object, we cannot move the mountain. This is what we are seeing here anyway. Anyway, after these problems after you overcome them, you will see and you will realize that it was actually very difficult for you. And then here we see that we take some time out for reflecting how far we have come. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. It's like you take some time to register the solutions that you have found. Anyway, we see also that your patience will be rewarded if you do here. And also it points sometimes, I want to add also, it means that we, on the work or on the business front, we had a very hard master. We mastered something that is very hard. It gave us hardship, and we realize this now here. And we actually became a master without realizing it, because of the concentration that we put in the things that we have done. This is what we are seeing here also, and it will make you stronger here. It's like the student becomes the master. This is what we are seeing here also with this combination. These cards are ruled by Saturn, and Saturn can only be overcome by Saturn. So it means discipline can only be overcome by discipline, and this is what we are seeing here. So you overcome the master, you become the master with your own discipline that you implement. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. Then we have the sit, the whip, and the anchor. Here, this is not an easy combination here, and we need to be careful here with this combination. If it's, as I said here, if there are negotiations, be careful, keep your quiet. If you are a very assertive type, try to maintain your calmness. This is, with this combination, we need to be very, keep calm as we can. Try to relax, try to breathe here, try to remain your calm. Before you have this conversation, take a walk in the mountain and see that you are calm. Here, this is what we are seeing here, because as I said here, these are quarrels. It points to quarrels here. If you want to stay here, be careful here, be diplomatic here with this combination. It's very, because this is a challenging combination and it requires a lot of diplomacy and standing your ground firm. It's possible that you cannot change, but you can stand your ground in a diplomatic way. That is what you can do. And also, if you have the expertise, it will be very difficult for if a person has expertise in his field, it's difficult to replace that person. And that is an advantage here that we are seeing. Anyway, there are challenges here that we will be facing. Then we have the whip and anchor here. This is a very strong combination. It gives us strength in the face of challenges. This is what we are seeing here, and we stand our ground here. If we are ordered something, we stay put. We stay put. We are unmovable. Maybe A says like this and B says like this, and nobody moves. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. Anyway, a problem to certain problems, there will come an end. There will come an end to certain problems, but the control here, your personal control, it depends on you, but you can handle it in a diplomatic way. And one of these ways is standing your ground, keeping your structure, and communicate in a smart way. This is what we are seeing here. Here we see that we need to communicate professionally. This is what we are seeing here. We cannot let emotions get involved. I'm aware here there is a lot of hardship here, consistent efforts here. This is what we are seeing here, but you need to be diplomatic in your conversation. You cannot blow your efforts away. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. Then we have the tower, the mountain, and the anchor. Here we see that there are some contacts here. With abroad, we see this here again. It's possible also that you come in a period, as I said earlier, that you withdraw. These are two cards of withdrawal. We withdraw in ourselves, and it gives us a certain challenge. This is what we are seeing here. It's like certain things that you might have asked or you want to do always seem delayed. This is what we are seeing here. In a way, if we work for a certain company, it's possible they are tending to send us back where we worked before, and maybe we don't want that. It's like we need to return here to the past and we don't want it. This is what we are seeing here also. Anyway, something out of the past is coming here that caused you challenges before, and you probably will be confronted with these challenges again. This is what we are seeing here. It will be not easy to bear this situation, but sometimes we face that in life. There is no other way. And if we will face the problem, the doors will go open. Maybe I'm assuming here this is a temporary phase and you need to face these challenges and then you will move on. This is what we are seeing here. But sometimes we need to return if we want or not. It's not easy. It could be a temporary return. This is what we are seeing here. And we solve the problem and then we actually move on. This is what we are seeing here. This could be the step literally for moving abroad here. Maybe this is the push that you need for making the next step. Maybe this is something for letting you cross the line. This is what we are seeing here. Anyway, it could mean that you stay because of security reasons, stability reasons. This is what we are seeing here, but it also makes you feel trapped. This is what we are seeing here. Anyway, there is a certain problem here. There's an elephant here in the room that need to be solved. Anyway, then we have the sit and the mountain here. Then we see that we cutting through the obstacles, we break the anchor is a chain. It's like we are wearing shackles, and the sit has the ability to cut the shackles. And here we see that we cut our shackles off. We need to see that our mind stays razor sharp. Don't be emotional, keep your mind sharp. It's very important to do so here. And if you keep your mind sharp, there will be a relief, a freedom here will come to you, and the problems will end. Here in the last part, the problems end here that you are facing. Then we have the mountain, the key, the mountain and the key there. The mountain and the key here, there comes solution. As I said, the key is solution. There come solutions for the problem here. We overcome the solutions, and the key literally makes us, he gives us a key. It's like you're standing in front of the mountain and you're thinking, I cannot go over it and I cannot go around it. What am I doing? And suddenly somebody offers you a key and there seems to be a small tunnel underneath the tower, and you underneath the tree, the mountain, and you go under the mountain. This is what we are seeing here. So a solution that you think that didn't exist suddenly pops up. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. There will be difficulties, but there also will be solutions. There will absolutely come a solution here with this combination of cards. Anyway, but as I said here, it's not something that is going fast, and we will need to implement diplomacy here. This is what we are seeing here. There will be a kind of sadness involved. This is what we are seeing here. It could be possible that this whole situation makes us sad, maybe even a little bit tired here. This is what we are seeing here, and we need to endure certain situations that we are. It's possible sometimes also here that we need to endure this situation. It's like fate, and we need to endure this situation for actually moving to the next level. It's like we need this step up for moving ourselves in the other position. That this is also what this combination tells us. Anyway, here it tells us also, this combination, we hold the key to our own cell, because the tower sometimes it can act like a prison, and the mountain sometimes it can block us. So here, but the key is here. So you are the one who can unlock your own potential. This is what, and you're about to, but you need to take certain steps here. If this is your business, or you have a side business, this is a person who has can distance themselves, and business is business. So you have the abilities here. This is a person with abilities for doing business without emotions. I'm not saying this is like an illegal business or there is something fishy about it. No, that's not it. But this is a person that can do business for business. clear profit margins, strict and not deviating from these margins. This is what we are seeing here also. The profit margin is the profit margin, and you will not deviate from it. This is what we are seeing here also with this combination of cards. Anyway, you don't need to worry, because if you want or not, the problems will come, but the solutions will come also. So both will come, but you have the key in your hands. This is what we are seeing here. Don't worry, the solutions are there. So Virgo, this is all. It's not an easy reading, but this is for you. This is a step up. This is a step up. If you endure this, you're gonna go to the next level. This is what we are seeing here. Anyway, I hope you get a little bit wiser out of this card reading. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. If this card reading don't fit your role, please check the other. You can also check other card readings. Anyway, I want to thank you for your time, and I'm sure we see each other in the other videos. With the other card readings I'm mentioning, we do also spiritual, philosophical card reading. You can get some information there also, and you can combine the whole information with this one. Also, we do specific personal readings here. You can find them also on my channel, financial readings, that is. Anyway, Virgo, I want to thank you for your time, and I'm sure here there is a solution here coming for your problem, and it will make you more steady fast on the long run. Anyway, Virgo, thank you for your time, and we see each other next time. Bye-bye for now.